Pierre. This is going to sound ridiculous, but I needed to talk to you, so here I am. I know it's not a phone, and you're not on the other side, but I make do with what I have. The evenings are long without you, and I miss our discussions. I'm locked up because of the monsters, so I have to find something to take care of. You'll never believe me, but I've discovered a new passion, making bullets for my pistol. It has become my comforting little evening ritual. And then I read newspapers or documents that I found. I try by all means to discover information that would allow me to understand what is happening here. When I can't sleep, I sort my tapes and listen to your songs again. This is by far my favorite time of the day. Well, it's already very late, and I have a long day ahead of me tomorrow. I'm going to bed. Sweet dreams. Since I deactivated the jammer on the keys of St. Exel, the fountains react sort of like portals, allowing me to see the village under the snow, as if I was switching over several months later and rediscovering everything in another season. When I approach Rocky from the fountain, the water gradually begins to light up. If the pebble comes into contact, everything changes immediately. I can literally change the weather in St. Exel on command. I read somewhere that the fountains were built a very long time ago, and that their source is the same groundwater deep under the village. That doesn't explain to me why it does that, but I prefer to warn you. Do you think there would be the same type of rock under the village directly? The only downside to all this is that triggering the storm using the rock doesn't work if it's snowing. And, well, it's super cold, too. Did I ever tell you about the sea columns? It's the only thing I like about this hell. If you could see them, you would love them, too. These are huge columns of water that start from the sea and rise slowly towards the sky, to infinity. They exude a feeling of quiet strength, serene power. They carry with them rocks which gravitate alongside them throughout their ascent. I don't know how to describe it, but I feel almost calm looking at them. Still, I don't think we should be fooled by their placid appearance. Inside, thunder and flashes rage silently, reminding us that they are inhabited by a formidable energy. Moreover, they also emit strange and deaf noises, like an animal cry or a little perfection for the road. A complaint? Anyway, I'm not the only one to be fascinated by this show. Birds and seagulls are attracted to these columns and flock to their base by the hundreds. They fly around for hours, as if waiting for something. I'm always afraid they'll get caught, but the columns are gentle giants. One thing is certain. I will continue to admire them from the cliff. It all started 6 years ago. At the time, I was still a student, and I spent the little free time I had at the bar with my group of friends. In fact, we always went to the same one. We were happy there. What we particularly liked were the concerts organized by the small amateur groups that came by from time to time. Nothing very extraordinary in itself, but the atmosphere they created was magical and went wonderfully with our little evenings based on the cheapest beers we could find. After all, we were still students. And then, there was this group. They had been coming for several days, and their music kind of hypnotized me. The type of rock that you don't forget, and that I haven't forgotten. I must admit that the guitarist had something to do with it. His name was Pierre. There were always these moments after the concerts when the members of the group hung out a bit at the bar, but I didn't dare approach him, and I think he didn't either. The more it went, the more our eyes met, sought each other. I felt that something was happening. One evening, when the effects of the alcohol were strong, I no longer hesitated. I went to see him. From an outside perspective, it was probably embarrassing. At least I would have been. But that didn't seem to bother him. We talked for hours, but it seemed like it was over in an instant. I could see he was shy, and when we left the bar, I grabbed his arm and kissed him. We shouldn't have parted on a misunderstanding. I love this story. Our story. But that doesn't explain why we chose St. Exel to fully live our lives together, does it? At that time, Pierre and I were in our last year of college. We had already been able to take full advantage of the city and its agitation, and even if the years we spent there were fantastic, we really needed a change of scenery. A return to a calmer setting. Yep, that's what we needed. And it was when we were watching a report on a seaside region that we had to click. The landscapes were simply sublime. I always remembered what Pierre said to me at that time. Honey, okay, let's move. We just had time to finish our studies and put some money aside when an advertisement for a house for rent in St. Exel caught our eye. This song? Pierre had written a song about all that.
This bridge could do with a nudge. Nothing.
Welcome to one of the original creations from George's workshop. The prizes obtained do not engage the responsibility of George's workshop in the event of bodily injuries or even severe burns. This one is the easiest, I'm sure of it. For each coin you can get, a prize awaits you near Nico the Robot in George's workshop.
No puzzle can resist me. Warning, floating pontoon follows the movement of the tide. You are in front of the ingenious Fisherman's Gate, former contribution of the artist George. The gate is now only used to close, at the press of a button, access to the walkway leading to the Assumption Church. This gate has the particularity of being self-powered, and only works during low tide. This portal only works when the tide is low. It's not working. It must be missing some part. path is just behind this gate. I need to get this thing working again. You can still see a cog was removed here. Another mission for Elise the Fixer. You can still see a cog was removed here. Another mission for Elise the Fixer. You can still see a cog was removed here. Another mission for Elise the Fixer. I'm gonna need you. The tunnel collapsed on itself. U-turn. Wow. It's completely surreal to see this submarine here. Only one destination for you, my bag. I saw this submarine on a board in my basement. It is the French submarine of the Rockwell service, which inspected the ocean floor off St. Exel. It arrived on this beach completely destroyed. Why? Let's take a walk, just you and me. The submarine was tracking something. Did this thing attack it?
Something else could be residing at the bottom of the sea?
Another submarine? If ever the washing machine breaks down, I know where Pierre can do my laundry. Shrimp fishing guide. A fisherman must have forgotten that here. Some of these tips could be useful. The keys were built by the Dureau family. Their house can be found at the end of them. To facilitate the management of water from the White Manor, a path leading to it has also been developed. The keys were built by the Dureau family. Their house can be found at the end of them. To facilitate the management of water from the White Manor, a path leading to it has also been developed. I might need you. God, it's working. Why is it closing? I'm sure it's because of these birds perched on it. The gate is closing too quickly. I have to find a way to get rid of these seagulls for a longer time. That's it. All the birds are busy. Stay this way, please. The gate is closing too quickly. I have to find a way to get rid of these seagulls for a longer time. The gate is closing too quickly. I have to find a way to get rid of these seagulls for a longer time. This boat has a number plate. No use for you now. No storm will be able to bring down such an antenna. All right. Town of St. Exel. Following on the storm warning, fishermen's lockers need to be emptied earlier this year. Please get your number plates back on the board and revert your locker's codes to their initial values. P.S. In case you forgot, the initial code is your number plate number.
situé pour cela.
The church is close now. Tricycle. Elise, if you don't understand what's in front of you, it probably means you are facing modern art. George seems to have a particular skill for turning anything into art. Left, Boisseau's Park. Behind, the beach. Right, Assumption's Church.